Assalamualaikum and good evening. Today my group will present topic 6 business organization. Okay, my friend will start presenting.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Baharudin, matric number BB180010. Our group will present topic 6, business organization. I'm the first presenter. We present subtopic 6.1, organization business structure. We have 9 components in business structure. The first is customer segment. The definition of customer segment is community of the customer or business that you aiming to sell your product or service to. Customer segment can be defined through demographic, for example, age, ethnicity, profession, and gender. This customer segment also can be defined through psychographic factor such as spending behavior, interests, and motivations. We have three types of customer segment. First is mass market. Mass market fulfill the needs and does not discriminate between different customer segment. Value proposition, distribution channel, and customer relationship are meant for the consumption to a big number of people who have a common problem or need. Second is niche market. Niche market expect a highly tailored product custom-made to suit their need. Value proposition, distribution channels, and customer relationship are closely defined according to preference of this particular customer segment. Third, segmented. Provide product and service to customer segment which have variation in their needs and requirement. The organization create different in value proposition, distribution channels, and customer relationship according to this small difference in the customer segment. Value proposition. Definition is the value created for user by the product or service containing a new technology. The value do we need to deliver? First is newness or new set. Use technology intensive product. Second is performance. Many product offering by improved performance version of the same product. Third is customization. Divide by two types. First is traditional customization, has result expensive product. Second is modern customization, put their personal stamp on a product. 4 is getting in the job done. A product whose value proposition is getting the job done, enhance the customer productivity, and helps the customer to focus on more relevant details. 5 is design. Product and service that offer expensive price due to brand and design, such as Prada. 6 is brand or status. People will show loyalty to brand because of its design and status. 7 is price. There are many companies enter into the market with the premise that they are providing a product or service which is cheaper than the existing option in the market. 8. Cost reduction. Technology has played a great role in helping consumer reduce costs. 9. Accessibility. Provide product or service that allow access to technology and personalization. 10. Usability. Providing customer with product that enhance their confidence and access to service through one medium. Next, we have channel. How a company communicate with and reach its customer segment to deliver the value proposition depending on type of channel. Channel type such as sales force, websites, on-store, partner store, or wholesaler. Channel phases. First is raising awareness among customers about a company product or service by advertising on social media, newspaper, and other. Second, helping customer evaluate a company's value proposition through survey and review. Third is allowing customer to purchase specific product or service by self-checkout. Next is delivering a value proposition a customer over the counter or deliver or cater. And lastly, providing post-purchase customer support by call center, return policy, and customer assistant.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Fazim binti Muhammad Faiz. Today I will continue my presentation is about organization business structure. First is about customer relationship. Customer relations describe that the way that company we engage with the customer to improve the customer experience. This includes providing answer to short-term roadblocks as well as proactively creating a long-term solution that are geared towards customers, such as customer relationship aims to create a mutually beneficial relationship with the customer that extends beyond the initial purchase. The customer relationship have a type. For type, first is a personal assistant. Personal assistant is about the relationship is based on human interactions. Customer can communicate with a real customer, a representative for assistance during the sale process or after the purchase is complete. This way occur at the point of sale through a call center, via email, or through other methods. Number two is about self-service. It is type of relationship the company does not maintain a direct relationship with the customer. It provides all the necessary method for customer to help themselves. The number three is about automated service. This type of relationships combine a more sophisticated for of customer self-service with an automated process. For example, personal online profile give customer access to customized service. The ultimate service is able to identify a customer and their characteristic and offer information related to the order or transaction. It's the best ultimate service can set a personal relationship. And the number four is about co-creation. More and more companies are going beyond traditional customer vendor relationship to create value with customer. The world now use Facebook and Instagram to invite customers to write review. For those to able and to add to other book lovers, several companies engage customers to help design and innovate product. Other like YouTube ask customers to create a content for a public use. Okay, the next is about revenue streams. A revenue stream is a source of revenue of a company or organization. They are based on one organization. In a business, a revenue stream is generally made up for either recurring revenues, transaction-based revenue, project revenue, or service revenue. In governor, right now, the term revenue stream often refer to different types of takers. And there are two types. First is transactions revenue. It's about also known as a transaction revenue where the customer pay just once for the value. And recurring revenue is where the customer pay over and over to continue receiving the value, or they pay over and over to receive ongoing support in initial purchase. So in the revenue streams, we have the way to generate in the business, the way how to grow that revenue streams, the way you how to grow the business. The first is about sale of asset. This is probably the most widely understood. Income streams, the customer buy the assets from the company and agree price. For example, you buy iPhone from the company, or you buy something like from the company user free. So the number three is about user free. Here the customer pay to use the service provided by the company. Effectively, customer pay based on usage. An example, car retail company that charge according to the number of the day the car is returned, and the mobile operator that charge according to the number of minute calls by customer. And then number three is about subscription free. With this revenue stream, customer pay a regular subscription for continue use the service. For example, Astro. In Malaysia, it's a family Astro show to charge a monthly free for get more channels. And the number four is about lending or rating or leasing. Here the customer get the right to the company product or service for fixed period of time. At the end of the agree period, the assets must be returned to the company. Example, when you work at the company, you use the car. At the last, when you quit, you must return back the car. Is that mean a leading? And the last is about advertising. Advertising, of course, we using TV, media social, TV, radio, and internet for magazine or particularly depend on the advertising free for icon. Recently, many high-tech companies have become depend on the advertising revenue. For example, Google. In effect, this website make a small icon from advertising each month. And the next is key resources. Key resources, that is wiki building block describing the most important asset needed to make a business. So every business requires them, and it is only taught them to generate to company to generate value, proposition, and revenues. And the next is we have four type of key resources. First is about physical resources. Physical resources are tangible resource that a company uses to create volume for provision. This could include equipment, inventory, building, manufacturing plant, and distribution network that enable the business to function. The number 2 is about intellectual process. There are no physical intangible resource such as brand, patent, IPS, copyright, and you own like even partnerships, customer list, customer knowledge, and even you own people represent of on intellectual resource. Intellectual resource it require a lot of time and space to develop, but on developed they can offer unique advantage to the company. Like Nike and Sony rely heavily on their brand to sell their product to customer segment devoted to the brands. Number 3 is human resources. Employees are often the most important and yet the most easily overlooked asset of organizations, specifically for company in the service industry or require a great deal of creativity and attentive knowledge pool. Human resources is such as like customer representatives, software engineering, or scientists. The last is about financial resources. Financial resources include cash, credit, and ability to have a stock option plans for employees. All business are primary resource in finance, but some have stronger financial resource, others such as blend ability and private resource. Similarly, China's life insurance company sell insurance is broad customer base. However, in China's life insurance, and everybody have insurance too, don't have sufficient capital to cover insurance claims, will not be able to survive in the market.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Nurdanisha binti Rosdi. Today I would like to present my part. My part is about key activity. Key activities is a thing a company must do to make its business model work. There are 4 categories of key activity. First one is organizing. Organizing is include developing a structure for the pupil, position, department, and activity within the firm. Number 2 is production. Production is activity are generally a characteristic of manufacturing firm and entail the design, creation, and delivery of significant quantity of the product. Number 3 is problem solving. Some consumer or customer have chronic problem. So organizations that list problem solving as a main activity are usually aimed to find unique solution to this individual problem. And the last one is marketing. Marketing is responsible for the growth of the company by getting word of the company's existence and the value is provided to its customer. Next is about key partnership. Key partnership is a network of supplier and partner that make the business model work. There are 4 different types of partnership. Number 1 is strategic alliance. As the name implies, this is a strategic partnership between non-competitors. For example, your business may choose to partner with a manufacturing company to produce a sub-assembly. Number 2 is cooperation. This is the strategic partnership between direct competitor. For example, as an oil and gas guy, it is not very efficient for every oil and gas company to try to sway public opinion about fracking. Number 3, joint venture. Joint venture is where two companies combine their technology to create a new business. Number 4, buyer-supplier relationship. It means key partner in a buyer-supplier relationship can build mutually beneficial and reliable relationship. 3, motivation for partnership. Optimization of economy of scale. It means looking for efficiency in your company or optimizing your production chain. Key partner can help you to achieve this goal. Number 2, reduction of risk. If you have a good relationship with your key partner, you reduce the interest risk that come with doing your own business. And number 3 is execution of resources and activity. A business need to perform or the endless resources required to perform the activities successfully. And the last one is cost structure. Cost structure is all costs involved to operate business model. There are two types of cost structure. Number 1 is cost driven. Cost driven is minimizing cost, focus on minimizing any cost wherever possible. Number 2 is value driven. Value driven is a concern of value less, concern with transaction cost and focus on the creation of value proposition. Value proposition usually have a higher level customization developed according to the preference of the client. There are two characteristics of cost structure. Number 1 is fixed cost. Fixed cost means salaries, rental, physical facilities. In the structure, the expenses of the business are always the same, regardless of the size of the production. And the last one is variable cost. Can be cost depend very much on the volume of production. If you do not produce, for example, there are no variable costs.
Thanks to my friends, Siti Fazlin binti Muhammad Faiz. My name is Nurul Sunada binti Razali. I will present my part, which is Human Resource Plan definition. Human resource planning is the process by which an organization ensures that it has the right number and kinds of people at the right place at the right time, and also capable of effectively and efficiently completing those tasks that will help the organization achieve its overall strategic objective. Okay, next, factor affecting planning. First, organization HR policies on recruitment, promotion, succession management, and career planning, retirement, and also workforce mix. Second, organizational values and strategy. For example, values and also strategy. For values, which is if it values longevity of employees, then the HR plan might adopt a strategy to recruit and promote from within. For strategy, which is how does the organization intend to use HR to achieve business strategy, and also if an organization is pursuing a diversification strategy, then the HR plan should ensure that it is prepared with staff that can help the firm achieve its strategies, such as the new organization structure, recruitment and selection, and also training.
Okay, my name is Junaida binti Osman, number matric BB1800015. Okay, I will continue about factor affecting planning. Okay, the third is changing demography. If the market of labor change to more young, more old, more women, or more educated people, then the job description, compensation strategies, and general way or of working might have to change to suit this group. Okay, the fourth is government policy, requirement for gender balance, disability employment, mandatory retire age. Okay, the last is the type of people employed and the task they perform. Sorry, I have 2 points. The first is an organization may not need to plan very far in advance for unskilled labor since they will usually be in abundant supply. Okay, second point is certain high skill job require planning activities. The job they that project a year or two into the future. Planning for executive replacement may need even 5 years ahead. Okay, the next slide is about process of HR planning. First is review your current organizational strategic plan. Second is review the current human resources situation. Third is forecast on the future HR needs, supply and demand. The fourth is planning on meeting HR needs. Okay, the last is implement the plan, required select, training and downsizing.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Shafaq Azrin. Today I will be present my point is fixed assets cost. What is fixed assets cost? Okay, cost basis is the original value of an asset for tax purpose. Usually, the purchase price and charge for the stock space defined and return of capital distribution. This value is used to determine the capital gain, which is equal to the difference between the asset's cost basis and the current market value. Okay, so this point is like a cost of building or buying the operation space. Example, factory, shop and etc. and unrelated. Second point is other relevant renovation work as well as the purchase of machine and equipment. Okay, so the point is what I want to explain to you all about basis assets cost is the basis value is the price of a fixed assets for taxation purpose. A fixed assets value can be adjusted to help companies take advantage of tax benefits as outfit by the Internal Revenue Service (IRS). In other words, the basis value helps reduce a company tax burden on the assets when the assets is sold.
Monthly expenses. First, for example, is like to recover the material cost, and it is important to save that each every cost that had been made in each of every month. Number two, next, is like remuneration and all the factory overhead. This type of cost should be monitored correctly every month. The other expenses, for example, like deposit on the factory rental cost. We must know that the deposit must be settled well. Next, the other expenses is include the deposit utilities and insurance. The insurance is important to avoid such a company from any other heavy risk, and the types of risk that must be covered by the insurance is like the natural disaster, a theft, and the firing.